What's up, guys? Welcome to brobeatz. I'm going to show you guys how to make some Sega inspired beats. With that being said, let's get into the question of the day, which is, what do you think the best video game music there is to sample? Leave an answer down in the comment section down below, and let's hop into the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop into making a melody. So we're at 140 BPM, just the default BPM. So for the sound selection, this is very important for all sounds that we have. So if we go in here, what you want to go for is synthesize real instruments. So I just have a sampled flute, and this is kind of like a stock within here. And you kind of want like these synthy realistic instruments. So you can use like bells, mallets, pianos, anything like that. You want like the synthy versions of it, which usually we don't want, but for this style, we kind of want to go back in time. So this is key. So let's go in here. And I'm gonna make this real easy. All you need to do, you don't need to know chords and stuff like that. You just need to know the fifth. So the fifths, if we go to stamps, you can go up to the fifth and you can just place it down. And that's pretty much all you do. And then you will copy it up twice like this. And this is just cutting corners. Now, if you want to do this manually, let's find a good spot real quick. All you need to do, and let's zoom in, is just go up 7, and a lot of y'all already know this. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and that's going to give you your fifth, just for those who don't know. And then we can just do that again and copy it up, and then from here we just kind of slide everything over. We can make a melody out of it. I think we can do something like this to start for like a nice little rhythm, and then let's just kind of pull these back. I kind of like offsetting these. And then let's try a different note. Okay, I like that. So I like offsetting a bit just to kind of give it a little bounce and rhythm to it. So I'm cool with this. We're gonna copy that. So we're gonna copy this whole section, all these 4 bars, copy it over, and just go down 5. You don't have to do this, but this is a quick shortcut to get a fast melody. 1 2 3 4 5 symbols that, and this is gonna give you that kind of Sega like vibe, or like that old video game music vibe. Let's play it. And I want to turn this up a little bit real quick. And this is just troubleshooting. This is when you're making a beat, this is what happens. You got to adjust. Let's play from here. Okay, I'm cool with that. I like that. So what we're going to do is add our other instrument here. Here we have our counter melody. So this is just the same concept, except now this is a bell. So it's just a sampled real instrument. Okay, just a little bell, and then we turn up the flutter to give it that like dark, dusty sound. So with this here, you got all the information you need if you have these ghost notes, and all you have to do is just kind of use your ear a bit. You can kind of follow along the guidelines here that we placed. So I'm gonna try to make this real easy. We just want to try to create and I'm just kind of showing you the process. Usually I wouldn't do that, right? I wouldn't place a note and pull it up. I would just place it, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm looking at. So we place that up, and then we know the gaps here, so we know that this note will work in here. And let's copy these up. I'm gonna shorten them. I guess we could turn this down a bit. Right, you can see how it's kind of giving us that effect. So what we're gonna do to cut some corners, copy this over, go down 5, 1 2 3 4 5, pull it up, and then we can just finish it off with something like this. Simple as that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is add some effects on top. I'm gonna keep it real simple, and then we'll just make the beat. All right, so let's hop into these effects real quick. So I obviously gonna have 2 instruments, so it's not anything crazy. So panning one to the left, panning one to the right, just to create space and just kind of level them slightly. So you know, that's what it sounds like. Doesn't sound that much different. So here for Supermassive, now you can use any plugin you want. I just like using this because it has everything in one. Now I can't really explain like all of this because this is a preset that I have, but pretty much you just want to kind of put things into space, dilute it a bit. You don't want it to be so upfront because right now it's way too upfront, so you want to push it in the back. And of course the type of effect you use, the mode and stuff like that will change it. And I'm gonna just turn it on. Right, so all I do is just kind of tweak the feedback and stuff like that, just see what sounds cool, and that's all you really need to do. There's no formula to it, it's just what you think sounds good. Right, put it in space, and then the most important part is our EQ. So we have a narrow EQ here, so it's super narrow, kind of put it in its own place, and this will come in handy later. Right, very simple effects, but they make a huge difference. And then pretty much the same thing over here, except I just flipped it. So I put this in its own spot, and let me turn this on. And you can kind of you can't really hear it. And then this is the preset here. It's the same preset. Okay, so I just flipped it, just kept it real simple. All right, so now everything sounds very ambient. That's what we want. So now we can go ahead and make the beat. Now for the fun part where we start making the beat. So we're gonna do the low end, which I like to lump in the kick and 808. This is very simple. So all you need to do is just place a note here on the lowest note in here, and then you can kind of place these in the 808 spots, and where these are pretty much here. So the 808 spots are these spots right here. Let me make these a little bit larger. Right, and this is across the entire board. So now all you have to do is just take things out that you don't like, and things that you do like, put them in. And you could leave it just like that, but I'm gonna make it a lot simpler. And I'm just copy this whole thing over just to save time. Okay, it doesn't need to be complicated. And then the kick, very simple. I like to double my kicks up like this, just so it has a little bit more punch to it. And then all right, simple as that. We just copied it over. You don't need to have the kick hitting every single time. So now we're going to go ahead and throw down the rest of our drums to finish off the beat. All right, so we're just going to start with the drum. So I went ahead and threw in the clap just because it's super easy. And then we will right click, set the next bar so it can loop. And I don't like ruining the final just when I make beats, so I usually just solo the melody in the drums. So we can go in here and just make a little hi-hat pattern, just something real simple. And we can go a little bit smaller. And I kind of want to add like a little chop right here. And let's make it roll up. I'll shrink these down a bit so they look a little bit better. Okay, I think that's simple enough. Like I said, doesn't need to be crazy. All right, and then we can just add the rest of these. So we got an open hat. I kind of want this snare to take over, kind of blend in with this. I'm gonna turn these down a bit. I think they're too loud. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm just going here and mess around. Actually, I'm gonna pull these up. Let's go to 1.6. See if we can throw. We could pan it left and right. Let's see. Kind of don't like. Let me see. That's good enough. All right, so those are our drums. Right click, we can right click, set this to 64, and then we have our little beat. Let's play it. I guess I could just go through the sounds. All right, and of course we could do post-processing and add a lot more, but I think that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.